Okay, so we're going to be doing it again. This is the review of Power Rangers Once and Always. Getting ready to go to break. Just waiting for everybody to tune in here. Let me gear up some. Yeah, now I look the part. Yeah. Black Ranger power.
State.
All right, now we're in commercial mode. All right. We've been going around the world in less than 90 minutes. So yeah. Oh, wrong headphones. I'll brought my own headphones here. First, there we go. Just make sure everything's in place here. Let me put this on the side here. Yeah, let me get this message over here. Let me get rid of this pop here. Miss it. Yeah, I think everything looks all great here. Yeah! Black Frog, Ninja Sword, power up! Okay, we're going to be back on the air in another 45 seconds. T-minus 45 seconds. Yeah, see, one person has joined. Welcome aboard. Okay. Okay, we're going back on the air in another 5 seconds. No, 15 seconds, excuse me. Power Rangers Once and Always. All right. All right, we're back on the air. This message is being brought to you by WUAG 103.1 FM. The Greensboro Urban Ministry offers food, shelter, and solution for our neighbors. They inspire personal change with their shelter and housing help, food pantry, emergency assistance in the Potter's House Community Kitchen. Volunteers are needed once a week on weekdays or once a month on weekends to help set up, cool, serve, and clean. To learn more or get involved with the Greensboro Urban Ministry, visit www.greensborourbanministry.org. That's www.greensborourbanministry.org. And here's the events calendar for the rest of the month. Tuesday night, we have Open Mic Night at Green Bean. The General, which is a silent film, is going to be screening over at the Carolina Theater. Thursday night, we have Open Mic at Common Grounds. Saturday night, we have Dia de los Niños / Dia de los Libros. And we have Unheard Project GSO at the Crown. 1 week from tonight, we have Open Mic Night at Odin Brewing. Here's the recap. We just had Zap Mama and Babanzele. So my apologies if I mispronounced the name. We have Durango, Mondra, and Chalai with the Black Superman. Laceman Black Mabazo, There Come Our Mothers, Bruce Day Palm, Bonjour Dimanche, and at the top of the show we heard his song Ville Ami. Sorry about that. And then we had Puffy Amiyumi, Sign of Love, and at the top of the show we heard Puffy de Rumba. And before that we had Josh Litterman y Los Diablos, The Moose Jaw Express, Enrique Iglesias, Quizás, Group Deo, Zaya Juma. And that's a look at everything. Hey, Jason, what's good, man? Well, from the looks of things, I guess there's been enough talk. As Mark Henry would say, I guess there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. And big special shout for those of you joining us on Facebook Live. We're going to be doing the review of Power Rangers Once and Always. And fair warning, for those of you that are, whether you're watching on Facebook Live or on WAG or on whether on regular radio or online on the Live 365 app, these will contain spoilers. So for those of you that haven't seen it and are making plans on seeing it, turn off now. Like I said, this contains spoilers over here. You have been warned. Well, like I said, for those of you watching on Facebook Live, I come dressed apart. I come as the Ninjetti. For some reason, I love the Ninjetti from the both the first movie and season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I came as the Black Frog. Yeah, for those of you that are watching on Facebook Live, yeah, Adam is the frog, like the one you kiss to get a handsome prince or something like that. I think that's what Dulcia would say. But I digress. Like I said, yeah, it was a long time coming. I didn't have Netflix before, but until a few days ago, had a little bit of bugs to work out, but I finally got it working. I finally got a chance to see Power Rangers Once and Always. It premiered earlier this week, and let me tell you, I was really intrigued by this. I was completely blown away. It's just a huge nostalgia. But of course, we didn't have any of the Rangers that were available, like Amy Jo Johnson, aka Kimberly. She was working on a project. Jason David Frank. Now this was this special was filmed before the passing of Jason David Frank. He was working on The Legend of the White Dragon, which I'm proud to announce is going to be released in theaters. I think that's a personal send off for Jason David Frank, so he turned it down. And Austin St. John, aka Jason, he was dealing with some legal issues at the time, so I guess that prevented him from doing that. So yeah, but like I said, we got what we got as far as the roster is concerned. And of course, Tweet Trong, aka Trini Kwan, passed away back in 2001, just less than a week before 9/11. And so, like I said, but we got what we got, and so, but still, it didn't take away from the fact that it completely blown me away. I fell off years ago. I fell off after Turbo, and I'm just collecting the DVDs. Nearly a decade ago, I was collecting the DVDs and picking up where I left off. And right now, I stopped over at Ninja Storm, but I'll pick back up sooner or later. But yeah, it was just outstanding. Everything was great. Everything in the formula of a Power Rangers episode, or Power Rangers movie. It was just all there. But anyway, the plot goes as follows. And once again, I'm going to be there's going to be no WWE on A&E roundup this week due to this review here, but we'll carry everything over to next week. And the plot is as follows. It starts things off with Billy getting beat up by putties, and Robo Rita. Yes, Rita. Rita's now regular Rita's now Robo Rita, basically evolving, if you would. And he gets ambushed by putties. He starts morphing and starts beating up putties, and the rest of the Rangers joining in. We got Zach, Trini, Kimberly, Jason, and Tommy. But what happened is considering the fact that the Rangers weren't there for one reason or another, they had their voices using archival footage from their archival recordings, if you would. And so they just like they did with season 2, when Walter Emmanuel Jones, Tweet Trong, and Austin St. John had left. They used archival footage and archival recordings. And they did the same thing with the special over here. And Walter Jones and David Yost had to carry the show on their own as far as the nostalgia, the old school, the OGs are concerned. But still, we got what we got. Hey, Rosa, what's good, yo? Just reviewing Power Rangers Once and Always. And so the rest of the Rangers join in, and Yes, ahoy, ahoy. And so the rest of the Rangers join in, and it's just hitting me right here in the nostalgia, right here in the childhood. And then Rita beats up Billy, and get ready to finish her off with her magic wand, and with a deadly blast. And so that's when Trini steps in the way, taking one for the team, and Trini passes away, and Rosa was saying, "I'm just chilling, watching the old Price is Right, Bob Barker era." Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Bob Barker era, Price is Right. But anyway, so yeah, Trini dies, and the Rita and the putties retreat, and Billy and Zach argue as to when's a good time to tell Trini's daughter Min the truth, and the truth about his mother's passing. And Zach is like, "I don't think we should tell her," and then Bill was like, "No, we have to tell her. We know about Zoran's rules, but rules are meant to be broken. There's every exception to a rule, and this is one of them. Min has to know." And then Min overhears about her mom's passing, and that's where her jaw hit the floor. It was just absolutely shocking to her. Then a year later in the storyline, Zach accepts Min as her legal guard, takes responsibility as her legal guardian, and he gave up a career in Congress and to be the legal guardian of Min, and they go over to the cemetery, and then that's when Robo Rita comes back in, and the rest of the Rangers are there, that being Billy, Kimberly, Jason, and Tommy, and she has two new villains with her, Rosa from the ashes, so to speak, and in their metallic robotic form, and those are Snizzard and Mintar, and Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy. Hey, what's up, Suggo? Long time no see. Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy get captured by Snizzard. Snizzard doing the dirty work, if you would, and they capture him, and then that's when Billy and Zach retreat, and Min was watching over, and they escape from the rad bug, the flying car, and they try to piece together what's happened, and then they meet over at the what used to be the command center is now Cranston Technologies, and Billy has his own technology facility, and it's in a secluded area, in an undisclosed area, and so Zach and Billy tried to plan to stop Rita, and Min wanted to help out, and so but they say stay out of this. It's far too dangerous, and so the putties have been scattered all over the world. The putty patrol scattered all over the world, and then Operation Bandora, if you would, is in process, and then Billy gets a flashback from a year prior in the storyline, trying to revive Zordon, their original mentor. And remember, Zordon, for those who follow the storyline, Zordon sacrificed himself to save the world and defeat the villains, and so they're trying to revive him from the particles. And Alpha 8 was helping out Billy, and somehow particles of Rita Repulsa got in the way, and so Rita Repulsa was able to revive as Robo Rita. Hey, Lehman, what's going on, buddy? He too is an avid Power Rangers fan, and so that's when Robo Rita starts her havoc. And then fast forward to the present time in the storyline, Alpha 9 is the successor of Alpha 8, and what happened was before I forget, Robo Rita was revived inside Alpha 8, and Parker's Zordon got mixed into into Rita's dust, if you would. And so that's when Alpha 9 was born. Hey, Frankie, what? And that's how Robo Breeder was born. Hey, Frankie, how you doing, buddy? And Billy kept beating himself up and blaming himself for Trini's passing and Trini's death, and Min was basically rubbing it in her face and rubbing it in his face, saying that it was his fault, and Empress saying that she couldn't join the fund and help out. It was a dangerous ranger business, and so then Alpha 9 contacts the previous rangers, particularly from the Mighty Morphin era, and that's when Cat Hillier came into play, as well as Rocky DeSantos, played by Catherine Sutherland and Steve Cardenas, respectively. It's so nice to see them back once again. And they morph into action, and they got special power coins. Rocky and Cat, they got special power coins, and they morph into action. It was Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus. And so they were back in action, so to speak, back to action. And so they started beating up the putties, and Min wanted to tag along, so she goes back home, grabs her mom's morpher, and goes to the juice bar. Yes, the juice bar comes into play here, and she goes and morphs into action, going saber-tooth tiger, and nothing happens. It's like, hey, what's happening? Must be defective or something. And then she gets beat up by putties, and Rocky and Zach come to the rescue, and they retreat back to Kraton Technologies. And the thing is that Mintar can sense the Rangers as long as they're morphed, so they were forced to power down in the process. And Zach was like, "You deliberately disobeyed me," over to Min, and so she and her had a long time in the facility, in the lab, and they had a heart-to-heart talk and say that what you're doing is you're doing everything for revenge. You're fighting for revenge. That's not what your mom wants. That's not what Zordon wants. That's not what we want. They fight for justice, not for vengeance. Rita, that's exactly when Rita came back and lost all power, lost all communication with Zordon, was exiled from Earth. She wanted revenge, and that's exactly what her and her monsters want revenge. And Zordon sacrificed himself. He did it for justice. It was a selfless path. Being a hero is a selfless path. And so there's that. And then Billy, Cat, Rocky, and Zach fly over to the moon where Rita's palace is, and they use the invisibility, and so they go to the moon with their invisibility, with their invisibility sticks, if you would. It turns them invisible, one-time use. And then over at the lab, Min was like, "Zach taught me to be a hero, and that's exactly what I'm going to do." And so she takes one of her own and starts doing some hero business, and takes the rat bug with her. And one of her first pieces of business, as far as being a hero, quote unquote, being a hero is concerned, was to defeat the putties. And she runs into this guy who says that his boyfriend was being ambushed by putties, and so she takes the Rat Rider, runs over the putties, and saves the man's boyfriend. And so she's off to her merry way, and she goes into flying mode. But before the Rangers go to the moon, they trap Snizzard and Mintar on this electromagnetic crane. They morph into action, trap them on the crane, morph down, then go back, then rescue Min from the juice bar, go to the lab, use the invisibility power, go fly to the moon. And then fast forward to Min going to where the electromagnetic crane where Snizzard and Mentor are, and and then she tries to morph again. Saber-tooth tiger, still defective, still not working, and then so that's when Rita came in and they started kidnapping her, and she managed to get Snizzard and Mentor from the crane, and they travel back over to the palace, but the Rangers get there before she does, and so they find that she's building a portal. That Rita was all this time. Rita was building a portal, trying to get back to her younger self and trying to rewrite history, 30 years of history, if you would, and so it's to prevent Zordon from recruiting many Rangers and basically rule the world, getting a revenge. And we also see various generations of Rangers being trapped alongside Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy. And they find that the other Rangers find that they captured men, and so they try to find him off. And once again, Billy gets cornered by Rita, getting ready to meet his fate with the wand once again. And this time, Min jumps in the way, and they think they killed her. And so Min start having flashbacks of her mom when she was a Ranger. And so that's when she gets white lights flash around her, and she has the ability of becoming a Ranger. And so all together now, the Mastodon, Pterodactyl, it's morphin' time. Min leads it's morphin' time. And so Mastodon, Pterodactyl, Triceratops, Saber-tooth, Tyrannosaurus. Now it's a big fight. Now, once again, a long epic battle. And Snizzard is chosen by Robo Rita to make the monster grow, if you would. And so we see the Megazord, only this time it's more technological CGI. Although I am kind of iffy about that, but it was the direction that they wanted to go. They wanted higher technology and everything, and so Billy and Min control the Megazord first, and the other Rangers defeat Mintar, and they let her join into the Megazord battle against Snizzard, and Rita's master plan is nearly complete, and so they get the sword, they defeat Snizzard, they go back to Rita, and they stop the portal, and so once and for all they defeat Rita. And this was really epic as far as Zack is concerned, because he takes his power axe and just starts delivering the final blow and says, "This is for Trini." Pow! You can't get more epic than that. And so all the Rangers are rescued, and there was even a special appearance. I haven't watched SPD. I haven't gotten to that direction yet, but there's an SPD reference. They Adam and Aisha, they were taking care of SPD right before the Rangers went to the palace, and so they make another appearance once again. And so the other Rangers, with the exception of Zack and Billy, get teleported back to their normal lives, and they tie up loose ends, and so they buried the hatchet, and she apologized to Billy, and so they meet at the juice bar. Billy, Zack, and Min, they tell her about all these great things that her mom did when she was a Ranger, and so that's the end of the story. And so the credits, this was a tearjerker as far as the credits were concerned, because it showed a clip of Kimberly singing this song. I forgot what song it was, but she was singing this song, and over it they has flashbacks of the Mighty Morphin era, particularly of season 1, and they dedicated the film to Tweed Trong, aka Trini Kwan, and Jason David Frank, aka Tommy Oliver. In loving memory of Tweed Trong and Jason David Frank, once a Ranger, always a Ranger. Major tearjerker right there. And so that's the end of the special. I'd watch it again and again if I wanted to. It had everything that that there is as far as the Power Ranger formula is concerned. I mean, there were no professional. The actors weren't Shakespearean actors as far by any stretch of the imagination, but it's what we grew up with. It's what a millennial like myself grew up watching, and so that's that they had everything. Like I said, the CGI. I'm not too keen with the CGI. I thought that they would probably do what they did with the Toei as far as the Megazord battles are concerned. If you've seen any Power Rangers and any battles of the Zord battles, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, there was a little mini reference of Bulk and Skull. Bulk and Skull, there was a sign saying that they own a sandwich shop now. So that was a little bit of a Bulk and Skull reference. You can't have a Mighty Morphin reunion without having Bulk and Skull involved some way, somehow. But yeah, I'd watch it again and again and again if I wanted to. It was just absolutely spectacular, absolutely stupendous, more phenomenal, if you would. But yeah, like I said, all you college kids weren't even born when when that show came out. If I built a time machine right now, I'd take you all with me and see how big the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers craze was, and how it all began, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you figured it out by now, but it started off as the Super Sentai series. It began in 1977, but it didn't catch on, evolve into Power Rangers until 1993. And so that was when. And so this year, 1993, marks the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers. And like I said, I jumped off the bandwagon years ago, but still, I still watch it every now and then. And I gotta agree with Eric Lima of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. What if they did a series where Min is involved some way, somehow? I mean, she's mastered the Mantis, something that Trini was specialized in that. And of course, we saw Zach's Hip Hop Keto. And it was like, are you breakdance fighting? And so that kind of tickled me right there. But like I said, it wasn't the same without Austin St. John or Jason David Frank or Amy Jo Johnson. But still, we got what we got. And so that's all that matters. And it just hit me right in nostalgia. It was just absolutely more phenomenal. Stupendously more phenomenal. Oh, what a more phenomenal journey we've been. Well, everyone, that's our show. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us over here. Big special shout out for those that have joined us on Facebook Live and here on WUAG 103.1 FM. I think we're getting closer and closer to the end of the season. That's the end of the appetizers. Now, the main course. And the main course is indie rock. That's what WUAG is all about. And so that's next week's theme over here. I think it's the season finale. I got to check my calendar right there. The new season starts in early May, right around graduation, somewhere around there. I'll keep everybody posted as far as that's concerned. All right, folks. With that being said, I bid you adieu for the night. I got to answer right out here for my crew. This is Anthony Hart, the captain, saying, if you hear the seagulls, you know you just entered my world, the captain's world. Go well, and peace be with you. We shall be back next week, same cap time, same cap station, but until then, babies, say goodbye. And babies, say goodbye to Facebook Live.